Hey Garth Gang, and welcome to a Path of Exile video. This is going to go over what I've been doing in the last, we're in week 2 of the league. So what have I been doing, how do I find Sentinel, what I'm going to be doing for the next few days, and what I'm going to get up to, basically, all encompassing. I also stream on Twitch, Garth412. It's Garth412 everywhere, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord. Find me in TFT channel in the Heist discussion. I've usually got Discord open unless I'm recording a YouTube video because I can't seem to turn off the notifications. But anyway, so where are we at? Well, I've got my 2 Heist characters here. This character is done for the investment I've put into it. I'm not going to invest any more into this character. So we've got our finalised tree. We've got our replica Conqueror's efficiency that was brought yesterday. That's the wrong button. There it is. So this is our gear. We've got 5-link Quill Ring, 5-link Queen of the Forest, Rat's Nest, Who's Bite, 2 Lahoop of Walls, Simplex Amulet with it's only a 2 mod, which is the life and the evasion. The accuracy and fire resistance is completely irrelevant. Replica Lionized Paws and nice gloves, a Stitch Vice that works, and our Abyss Jewel. As for gem setups, it is the standard gem setup for my build. Despair, Hex Touch, Withering Touch, Life Gain on Hit, Termination, Defiance Banner, Malevolence, Purity of Elements, Void Manip, Vicious Proj, Toxic Rain, Ballista, and Efficacy in the helm. We've got our Castle Damage Taken, Molten Shell, Life Tap, and Phase Run. And due to the new Archnem modifiers on rares, we now run a self-cast Caustic Arrow with Efficacy, Vicious Proj, Mirage Archer, and Decay. The 6th link for the Toxic Rain would be Conk Effect, and that would sit in here. And the 6th link for our Caustic Arrow will of course be Void Manipulation. And if you want to heavily invest in this character, you just look in the POB that I've got on the Google Doc linked below, and it'll show you all the alt gems and woke gems to buy, and how you can further min-max this character. I've got my flasks rolled, but they're not autoed. I've got an okay-ish Quicksilver. It's not got movement speed on there, but pff. And we've got an okay-ish flask. This character is done. It's going to be running level 59 to 60 Endless Heist, which is why I've called it the Baby Heister. So that's that character done. Then we've got our, which would have been our Endless Heist character 66 to 67. Little speed demon they are. So I tried level 66 to 67, and the way I do Heist, I don't like it because I very rarely kill mobs. Even with the passive kills from Toxic Rain, I was having to do twice the number of contracts to level up, to proc the reset of contracts from Wakano, to be able to buy them, to then run them again, etc. That thing. I'm not buying contracts. That doesn't, to me, when you're working out profit, you shouldn't be buying contracts to run. You should be buying them for Wakano, and then running those. And that doesn't, I don't like it. So this character finished off running those contracts, ran all the contracts I had in my stash and all the blueprints. I managed to pick up this trinket, which for the Baby Heister is absolutely unbelievably great. We've got the Augmentation Orbs, drops as Chaos. We've got basic currencies duplicated, and we've got more valuable uniques, which is fine on the Baby Heister. That's absolutely fine. That'll go on that character when I remember to do it on there. And then I'll need to run a blueprint on that character to open up the trinket slot, which I forgot to do before I leveled it down. So it could be interesting. I may need to get some levels on the character, run the lowest level blueprint I can find for that character, and then go from there. This character is basically done, other than 6 links. We've been running from tier 1, tier 2 maps just to get some mapping done. We've got our Hiri's Bite. We've got a stat resist amulet, which is not great, but And then we've got some stat / resist rings to make up for that. We've got our 5-link quill rain, our 5-link chest. We've got our Devoto's devotion, resist gloves, life resist belt, and movement speed resist boots. That's the main point there. So my life is a bit low considering my level, and mainly because it's poor rolls on life. Although the amulet doesn't. That's it. The amulet and the boots don't have life. Other than that, everything else is good, and nothing has been catalyst yet. I need a new amulet, and ideally I need some new boots, but the cost of that is at the moment beyond my currency scope. I've also got my mapper build that I've been spending currency on as well, so I will level that up in Sentinel probably next week. And this character then is just going to run the high level blueprints and contracts that I find whilst the mapper is mapping. What do I think of Sentinel? It's okay. I'm a stalker, Sentinel lover, so that is my tree. I don't care if it's not ideal or BIS or whatever. I set it off at the beginning of every new area, and it highlights about 100 mobs, give or take the rolls on the Sentinel itself, and I kill them and I get loot. So that works for me. I haven't done any recombination because I've not got into maps. I've got loads of power cores. I've had loads of power cores. I've used them. I've picked up these two in the last map I did, but other than that, all my Pandemonium and Apex Sentinels are up for grabs on trade. I've just kept some to do the challenges that I need to do, and that's the only reason I am going to continue doing Sentinel. I want my 19 challenges to get the totem. Other than that, I'm done with Sentinel. I may not even get to 19 challenges this time around. I am just so... I don't like the reset. I don't like league resets. It's a lot of effort for me. I've got IRL responsibilities, which I prefer doing over playing PoE, and I love doing. It's part of who I am and my identity. And especially during these summer months with the clocks changed, league start for me is not till 2100 hours, which is too late for me. If in the winter time, when the clocks change back in October, it's not too bad. It's 2000 hours, which is fine. I can get a good 3 or 4 hours in. Generally, I can get Act 5 Katava down. I go to sleep and I'm energized to get through the 2 acts that I absolutely hate, which is Act 6 and 7. I hate Act 6 and 7. They're horrible, they're atrocious, I hate them. Whereas when it's the summertime and I'm starting at 2100 hours, I can't get to Act 5 Katava. I get tired around the end of Act 3, and it's a real push to get the last 2 done before I go to bed. Most of the time I don't get it done. So I wake up, I'm in the middle of Act 4, I bust through Act 4 and 5 easily, hit the Act 6 block, and I'm done with the league for about a week. Because I just hate Act 6 and 7. I'm more than likely just going to end up playing Standard, because I've got builds over there that are really good. I've got currency over there, so if I want to test something out, I can just sink in some currency and test. No problem. Yeah, so that's what I'm likely doing. Sentinel League for me is okay. It's nothing amazing. I could, if it got completely deleted, I'd be like, okay, whatever. If it gets added to core, I'm like, yeah, whatever. So that's Sentinel. What I'm going to be doing over the next few days is leveling a poison concoction heist build that one of the community members in the TFT server heist discussion channel, Pixel Kick, revealed to the community. Incoming path of building now. Quick side note: all of these builds are linked. All of these builds are linked into the Google Doc I'll link below. These are the three that Pixel provided. They're all the same character, and I'm going to attempt to amalgamate all three into one with leveling gear, notes on what gems to get, etc., etc. So I'll review this one in depth, and then I'll just flick over the last two. So this is the level 67 version of the tree for Poison Concoction. They don't kill the bandits, they keep Creighton, apparently. I'm not sure that's a good idea, but okay. I've never run this build, so whatever. Skills: because with Poison's Concoction, we've only got 3 sets of skills. So we've got our 6-link body armor Poison Concoction, you've got the 4-link aura setup, and then you've got the 4-link utility setup. Item wise, from what I can see, it's just a bunch of rares for life, damage, and resists. Nothing too crazy, honestly, not really. We've got the Moral Conquest unique, we've got the Icefang Orbit ring, and Alessa's Delight belt. And then we've got a Concoficiency. Now the 2 uniques to note is the Golden Rule. Golden Rule is absolutely pivotal to this build. And then we've also got, or Pixel's got, a Corrupted Determination Aura Effect Winterweave ring. So what I'm going to do is level this character in solo self-found standard. I think it's the best tending ground. You've not got to compete with league mechanics for the better or the worst. So you don't have to worry about that, because that could throw off how good or bad the build is during the leveling process. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to have to do it a few times to see what the best setup is. And then I'll put together an all singing, all dancing path of building for leveling progress with notes and all that kind of stuff. Pixel has said they are going to put out a YouTube guide for this build, an in-depth YouTube guide. So as soon as they do that, I'll throw it into on my channel and on my Twitter somewhere as well, so everyone can get hold of that. As for the other versions, from what I can understand from what Pixel's saying, they do this endless heist to make a lot of currency, and then they move into level 83 contracts and blueprint farming on this version of the build, which is a level 90 version. Same skill setup, exactly the same buffs and auras. The uniques are exactly the same. I think the flask may have had some changes, and I think some of the rares may have changed as well. But the uniques are the same as well, and gems and the tree, and they've also then moved over to the 2 passive points of bandits, which is 20 regrets and an amulet, I think, to change it over. I'm not sure which amulet you need to get. And then the final version is the ZDPS Viper Strike, and this is when when they've got their rogues fully geared out, all maxed out, and they are then pushing for currency profit making in Heist. So the skills on this one then are Phase Run, the Viper Strike, Auras, more auras, and then Decoy Totem, Frostwall Berserk, and more auras. You can see this is quite a lot of currency simping. We've got a level 3 Enlighten there. We've got a level 4 Enhance, another level 3 Enlighten. So that's three level 3 Enlightens, a level 4 Enhance, 2 level 4 Enhances. So this is going to be quite a big currency sink, and I'm probably not going to get to this version myself because I don't have those gems, or at least I don't have the level 4 Enhance. So I've got level 3s. But like I said, what I'll do is once I get to Act 10 Katava, I will migrate the solo self-found character into standard, and then I'll be able to test it because I've got all the gear over there. Gear for this version is 2 Ichimonjis with Resolute Technique on both, which is a bit odd. Don't need it on both, but never mind. More Conquest again, our favoured Queen of the Forest. Atziri's Phobal, the corrupted Winterweave, Icefang Orbit, a very nice Mechalarm belt with the enchant on there, a Lethal Pride Jewel, corrupted, a Koa, and then obviously the Golden Rule, which is fundamental to the way the builds works with all the relevant flasks. So that's all the stuff on there. I'm not sure, have they put on what this thing is going to give them, or have they just, is it just strength, Chainbreaker? They're running Chainbreaker. Okay. Yeah, because I've got Berserk. So that's that build. I'm going to go through, and like I said, I'll note down how many Orbs of Regret, the approximate cost, and all that stuff, and I'll do a YouTube guide on it as well. Just in case. I don't know Pixel's YouTube handle, so I can't refer you to their YouTube. For me, it's Garth412 everywhere. Garth412, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, Twitch. I stream on Twitch at 20:40 hours BST. That's 21:45 hours Central European Time, and about 1300 hours Pacific Daylight Time. Amend your times for your time zone. It's the only time I can stream. It's not very long. It's about usually an hour to 2 hours, because it's quite late at night for me. But given my IRL responsibilities, it is the only time I can stream. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Hope to see you in the stream. Any questions about Heist? Don't hesitate to comment below. Contact me on Twitter, or come and hang out in the TFT Discord server Heist discussion. Unless I'm recording a YouTube video, I will be in that channel, so you can at me there, or if I'm not around, one of the other very knowledgeable members of that community will be able to help you out. Welcome to the Heist community. Hope you enjoy your stay. Have fun. I'll see you in the next one.